Aging well is like discovering a hidden treasure within yourself, and many people don't even realize they've already found it. Have you ever felt that despite your age, something inside you feels different? A lightness when you wake up, a clearer mind, or simply a peace you never thought possible? Well, here's the truth, that's not random. You might be aging far better than you think, and you just haven't noticed yet. Science has already proven that the brain can continue generating new neurons well into our 80s and 90s. But there's something even more powerful than that: the invisible signs of healthy aging. They won't show up in test results. Doctors don't usually talk about them, but they're there, in your everyday choices, in your quiet habits, in the smallest details. Today, we're going to reveal 6 surprising signs that you're aging well, even if you haven't realized it yet. And some of them may surprise you so much that you'll begin to see yourself in a whole new light. This isn't just a list, it's a mirror, and maybe as you look into it, you'll realize time has actually been very kind to you. Stick around until the end. The last sign might change everything you thought you knew about growing older. So take a deep breath, settle in, because what we're about to discover together could transform the way you live every single day. There's something no blood test can detect, and no mirror can show. It's that spark in your eyes when you learn something new. That flicker of curiosity that shows up, even when no one's watching. Imagine 2 friends, John and Charles. Both are 75, live on the same street, and retired in the same year. John, after leaving work, fell into a rigid routine. He wakes up, turns on the TV, and watches the same shows at the same time every day. Charles, on the other hand, decided to try something new. He started looking up gardening videos online, took notes, and even signed up for a virtual class to learn how to grow orchids. The difference between them may seem small, but it's actually huge. Without even realizing it, Charles is giving his brain one of the greatest gifts of aging: novelty. Studies from University College London show that older adults who continue learning reduce their risk of dementia by 30%. Even better, they maintain sharper thinking, better moods, and stronger memories. The brain loves gentle challenges. Every new piece of knowledge is like a walk through the mind, and all you need to do is take that first step. Have you learned something new this year? Are you curious about something? Tell us in the comments. Your experience might inspire someone else. There's something money can't buy, willpower can't force, and people don't always notice. It's the joy that lingers after a good conversation, the spontaneous laughter between friends, a call from someone you love that warms your heart. Meaningful relationships are one of the most powerful indicators of healthy aging. Let's go back to John and Charles. John has been pulling away from people. He says he's more tired, prefers to stay quiet. Charles, on the other hand, started something simple. Every Tuesday, he invites 2 friends over for coffee on his porch. Nothing fancy, just coffee, cheese bread, and stories. But that weekly moment has become sacred, and what might look like a casual hangout is actually protecting Charles's mental and physical health. According to an 80-year-long Harvard study, the biggest predictor of well-being and longevity wasn't money, fame, or success. It was the quality of human connections. Talking, laughing, sharing feelings. These things release chemicals that reduce stress, boost immunity, and even ease physical pain. A good conversation can be as powerful as medicine, sometimes even more so. Do you have someone you talk to regularly? A friend or family member you share stories with? Some people see a glass half empty, others see it half full. And then there are those who are just grateful to still have a glass. Gratitude is quiet. It doesn't come in loud or flashy, but it changes everything inside. Charles starts his day with a little ritual. He opens the window, takes a deep breath, and gives thanks for life, for health, even for the warm cup of coffee he just made. John, meanwhile, complains about the street, noise, the delayed newspaper, the forecast for rain. They live in the same city on the same kind of day, but they experience time completely differently. Gratitude changes the way the brain interprets the world. Studies from the University of California show that people who regularly practice gratitude sleep better, report fewer symptoms of depression, and feel a greater sense of physical well-being. Science is only beginning to understand what the soul has always known. Those who give thanks live lighter. Those who see value in the simple things find peace, even on cloudy days. And the best part? Gratitude doesn't need grand events, only a mindful eye. The smell of tea, your grandchild's giggle, the golden light of the afternoon. All of it can be reason enough to be thankful. There's a kind of intelligence you won't find in books. It's not about degrees or fancy words. This wisdom lives in the quiet space between thoughts. It's the ability to listen to your own body. Let's return to John and Charles once more. John has always been stubborn. He ignores aches and pains, refuses to nap even when exhausted, and insists on carrying heavy grocery bags just to prove he's still strong. Charles, in contrast, has developed something rare over the years, a friendship with his own body. He knows when he's tired and rests without guilt. If he feels pain, he looks into it. He doesn't brush it off. He doesn't dwell on what he used to be able to do. He pays attention to what his body is asking for today. This behavior is one of the most overlooked, yet most powerful, signs of successful aging. A study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that people who practice mindful self-care and listen to their bodies are at lower risk for chronic illness, enjoy better emotional balance, and live with higher quality of life. Listening to your body isn't weakness, it's maturity. It's connection. It's respect. All our lives we're taught to push through, to keep going even when it hurts. But aging well means knowing when to stop, knowing when to say, not today. This doesn't serve me anymore. I deserve to rest. Charles doesn't go to the gym. He doesn't run marathons, but he takes slow morning walks, savors the sun on his face, and goes to bed early because he listens when his body says it's time. He's turned his body into a friend, not a battle to be won. The secret to aging well isn't always about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing less with more presence. How about you? Has your body been speaking to you lately? Have you been listening? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone else recognize their own signs too. Some chase big achievements their whole life. Others discover with time that real wealth is in the simple things, and maybe that's one of the deepest signs of aging. Well, finding meaning in the ordinary. Let's look again at John and Charles. John lives in the past. He talks a lot about what's gone, what he lost, the chances that won't come again. Charles misses things too, but he's learned to value what today has to offer. He wakes up early, brews his coffee slowly, sits on the porch to watch the world go by. He watches the trees sway, listens to the birds sing, smells the toast warming in the oven. These tiny moments, which he once would have missed, now form the foundation of his emotional well-being. Positive psychology, a branch of science focused on what makes life worth living, tells us that purpose and fulfillment are closely tied to our ability to stay present. Studies show that people who develop this skill are more content, less prone to depression, and live with more ease, regardless of age. When life slows down, some people feel lost in the silence. Others, like Charles, learn to listen to things they've never heard before. Finding joy in the little things doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means realizing that happiness isn't just ahead, it's already here, right now. A note from your grandchild, the smell of rain in the air, the taste of your favorite meal on an ordinary Sunday. That's life, pulsing quietly beneath the surface. Charles didn't learn this from a book. Life itself taught him, with time, patience, and presence. And that's not luck, that's wisdom.